नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज इस वीडियो में पढ़ेंगे हम ज्योग्राफी क्लास 6 चैप्टर 1 द अर्थ इन द सोलर सिस्टम। इसमें सबसे पहला पैराग्राफ आप अगर देखेंगे तो इसमें लिखा हुआ है कि हम जब भी स्काई में देखेंगे तो हमें बहुत सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स दिखेंगे। कुछ ब्राइट्स होंगे, कुछ डिम होंगे और कुछ डायमंड की तरह दिखते हैं, कोई ट्विंकल करते हैं। तो ये सारे जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं दोस्तों, इन्हीं के बारे में हम इस चैप्टर में विस्तार से पढ़ेंगे। मैं इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों का यूज़ करूँगा, मिक्स लैंग्वेज। आई होप यू ऑल आर कंफर्टेबल विद इट। ओके, सो यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं। along with the bright objects you may see the moon on most of the days. So it may appear however different times in different shapes. मीन्स मून का जो भी शेप होता है वो कभी भी फिक्स नहीं होता है। ओके, वो चेंज होता रहता है और डिफरेंट पोजीशंस पे वो दिखता है आपको हमेशा, क्योंकि वो मून जो है एक अर्थ का रोटेशन करता है। एंड यू कैन ऑल्सो सी द फुल मून वंस इन अबाउट अ मंथ्स टाइम। इट इज़ कॉल्ड फुल मून लाइट और पूर्णिमा। तो महीने में एक बार हमेशा आपको फुल मून दिखेगा, उस नाइट को हम कहते हैं फुल मून नाइट और पूर्णिमा। और हर 15 दिन में आप इसको देख ही नहीं पाएंगे, मतलब कि अ फोर्टनाइट लेटर यू कैन नॉट सी इट ऑल। 15 दिन में आप जो है मून को देख ही नहीं सकते। इसका रीज़न दोस्तों हम आगे पढ़ेंगे फर्दर, ऐसा क्यों होता है। अभी जस्ट बियर इट विद मी। इट इज़ अ न्यू मून नाइट और अमावस्या। ये जैसे 15 दिन में जब भी एक ऐसी रात आती है जब आपको कोई मून दिखता ही नहीं है, उसको हम कहते हैं अमावस्या। ओके, so on this day sky is very clear. Okay, it is a clear night. Now do you wonder why can't we see the moon and all those bright tiny objects during daytime? तो दोस्तों दिन के समय आप जैसे भी जानते हैं कि सन की रेज इतनी ज़्यादा ब्राइट होती हैं कि आपको कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट्स स्काई में नहीं दिखते हैं। हालांकि दे ऑल हैव देयर ओन लाइट्स, दे आर एज इट इज़ एज दे रिमेन इन द नाइट टाइम, but due to the intense light of sun we are not able to see these objects in the daytime. Okay, and now this is very important दोस्तों. What is celestial body? The sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky, these are all called celestial bodies. So whatever objects you are seeing in the sky, all these are categorized into term called celestial body. Okay, so now celestial bodies are two types basically. Some have their own heat and some take the heat from the sun. Now we will see this step by step. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light which they emit in certain large amount. These are called stars. So दोस्तों, friends, what are stars? Stars are basically celestial bodies which have their own heat and light and they emit in large amounts. For example, our sun is a star. This is a very very important concept, friends. You should remember always that sun is a star. You can be asked this question in objective exams in your any career. Okay, so always remember that sun is a star. Now there are many twinkling stars in the night sky which are similar to the sun, but we do not feel their heat or light and they look so tiny because they are very very far from us. Okay, so friends, now we will move to the next page of this chapter. Now in this page, as you can see in this graph, while watching the night sky you may notice various patterns formed by different group of stars. These are called constellations. So friends, if you're in any clear night sky, if you see, you will find there are so many constellations. What are constellations? These are nothing but a group of stars in a recognizable pattern. Okay, for example, Ursa Major or a Big Bear. This is a very very large constellation. Okay, and in this constellation there is one group of star patterns which is very famous. It is called Saptarishi, or a group of 7 stars. You can see in the picture, friends, this is a Saptarishi pattern. Now what is the importance of this pattern? Okay, this is first of all, this is a part of Ursa Major constellation. Okay, and if you join these two stars of this pattern, okay, and draw a line, it will point always towards the north star. Now what is north star, friends? Now read this from here. In ancient times, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of stars. So पहले के ज़माने में लोग स्टार्स देखकर ही डायरेक्शन बता दिया करते थे. ये कैसे होता था? नॉर्थ स्टार, इसका एक कंसेप्ट है नॉर्थ स्टार. इट इंडिकेट्स द नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन. ऐसा क्यों होता है फ्रेंड्स? बिकॉज इट ऑलवेज रिमेन्स फिक्स्ड इन द स्काई. North star, also called the pole star, it is always remaining fixed in the at the same position in the sky. We can locate the position with the help of Saptarishi pattern, as I have already told you in this figure. Okay. Now friends, moving to the second part of the celestial body. I told you earlier, celestial bodies, these are two types. Okay. One that have their own lights. Okay. Now moving on to the second part. This is the second part of the celestial bodies. They do not have their own heat and light, and they are basically lit by the light of the stars. So these are called planets. So planets are celestial bodies which take their heat and light from other stars. For very simple example is there, our Earth. Our Earth is a planet. It takes heat and light from the sun. Okay. Earth does not have its own heat and light which it can emit. So the word planet comes from the Greek word planeter, which means wanderers. The Earth on which we live is a planet. It gets all its heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star. If we look at the Earth from a great distance, say the moon, it will appear to be shining just as the moon. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. It is a companion of our Earth and moves around it. Now this is a very important line. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. You can be asked in an objective question, what is a moon? What is the category of moon? Is it a star? It is a satellite, or is it a planet? So always tick mark the correct option, which is a satellite. Moon is a satellite, and it is satellite of Earth. Okay. So like our Earth, there are other 7 planets that get heat and light from the sun, and they have their own satellites or moons. They are individual. Okay friends, so remember there are 8 planets and they can have their own moons too. Now we will read the solar system. So what is the solar system, friends? Solar system, basically it consists of sun, the planets, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids. Okay friends, so these are called solar system, or we call solar family. And in this solar system, the epicenter is the sun. I will show you this figure. See here, you can always remember these planets of the solar system. Just remember that there were earlier 9 planets. Now Pluto is not a planet, it is a dwarf planet category. Okay, so if you want to learn what is the which planet is the nearest to the sun and this arrangement, I will show you another trick just 2 minutes later. Okay, so first is sun in our solar system, is at the center. Next comes Mercury. Okay, Mercury. Then comes Venus. Okay, then comes Earth, Mars, then Jupiter. And just remember that between Mars and Jupiter, that is MJ, in between them there is a large huge belt of asteroids. Okay, this is a very important concept. So you will not find this belt of asteroids between any other 2 planets. So between Mars and Jupiter you will find this. So you just remember this: Jupiter, then Saturn, then Uranus, and then Neptune. So now we will move on to the sun. Before this, you see, just see here friends, this is a memory technique they have given. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. So you can remember these planets with the help of this. See, my is Mercury, very Venus, efficient Earth, M Mercury, J Jupiter, S Saturn, U Uranus, nuts for an Neptune. Okay, so first we will read about the sun. What is sun, friends? Sun is the center of the solar system. It is made up of what? It is made up of extremely hot gases. Mainly it is constituent of helium. Helium gas is the main source of heat in the sun, and it is the binding force of the complete solar system. It is the ultimate source of heat and light. Okay, and it emits so much heat, friends, but it is not felt by us. Why? Because it is so far from the earth, and it is the nearest star, but still you can see the distance between sun and the earth is 150 million kilometers. So always remember this figure. The distance of the sun from the earth is 150 million kilometers. Okay, so next is planets. There are 8 planets in our solar system. Okay, I have already taught you the trick to learn the order of these planets, starting from the sun. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. Okay, and all the planets of the solar system now move around the sun in the fixed path, and these paths are elongated. They are called orbits. This is a very important concept, friends. The planets do not move in a circular path around the sun. Just remember always the path is elongated. You can see here in this figure, you see this path is always like elongated. None of the planet is moving in the circular motion. Okay, it is always elongated like an elliptical path, you can say. So this path is called orbit. Okay, so Mercury is the nearest to the sun. It takes only 88 days to complete one round around its orbit. How much days the earth takes, friends? It is 365 days. Okay, Venus is considered as earth's twin because its size and shape are very much similar to that of the earth. So if anyone asks you which is the planet which always looks in size and shape very much to the earth, it is Venus. Now I have already told you Pluto is not a planet anymore. Till 2006 it was considered as a part of our solar system, as a part of our planets. 9 planets were there. Now it has been categorized in the category of dwarf planet. So remember always Pluto is a dwarf planet. This can be asked in your objective questions, friends. Next we will move on to the Earth. What is Earth? Earth is the third nearest planet to the sun. What were the first two, friends? My very efficient mother just served us nuts. So my for Mercury, okay, very V for Venus. So Venus, Mercury were the two other planets nearest to the sun. Earth is the third largest nearest. Okay, and in size, in terms of size, it is the fifth largest planet, and it is slightly flattened at the poles. So friends, this is the reason it is not categorized as a it is categorized as a in the shape of geoid. If anyone asks you, if you see anywhere question what is the shape of the earth, it is the shape of geoid. Geoid means basically earth-like shape. So the earth is flat, slightly flattened at the poles. It is not round, completely round, just like a circle you see. Okay, it is somewhat flattened at the poles, which gives it a shape of geoid. And as we already know that the conditions favorable to the life are always present on the earth. Water, air, these are essential for survival. Earth has a very important gas, that is oxygen. It has a life supporting gas. Okay, because of these reasons earth is the unique planet, very unique planet in the solar system. Okay, and from the outer space the earth appears blue because its 2/3 surface is covered by water. It is therefore also called a blue planet. So this is a very important. Now we will come to moon. Our earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. Its diameter is only 1/4 that of the earth. It appears so big because it is nearer to our planet than other celestial bodies. Okay, it is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth. So what was the distance of the sun, friends? 150 million kilometers. Now here what is the distance of the moon? Almost 3 lakh kilometers. So you can compare the distance between the sun and the moon from the earth. Okay, now we will come to this paragraph. The moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. Oh, it takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. As a result, only one side of the moon is visible to us on the earth. Now friends, this is a very 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 important paragraph. Okay, this is the concept you should understand in holistically. What is it is saying? Moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. सो ये मून को 27 डेज लगता है अर्थ का चक्कर काटने में. इट टेक्स इट बेसिकली रोटेट्स अराउंड द अर्थ, ओके, with earth as the central axis. So it takes 27 days. Now in second line it is saying that it takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. What is the meaning of this, friends? That moon is rotating around its own axis also, and to complete one full rotation around its own axis, it takes equivalent time, that is 27 days. So as a result of this, one side of the moon is visible to us on the earth. So we can always see only the same side of the moon, where irrespective of its position. I will try to explain this with the help of this diagram, friends. Okay, you can see here that the rotation of the moon around the earth. Okay, so I will just focus on this picture, friends. Now just imagine that moon was not rotating around its own axis. Then what will happen? That when this moon will move to this position, what will happen? The arrow, focus on this arrow. Okay, if the moon is not rotating around its own axis, then this arrow would be here. Okay, like this purple here. Okay, if the condition was that the moon is not rotating about its own axis, then you will see the face of the moon, or you can say this arrow marked face here. But here when it reaches at this position, you will not see this face, it will be here. But by virtue of its own rotation, what is happening, friends? See, the same time it is taking from moving from this place to this place, that is, let us say it 1, let us call it 2. Okay, by the time it is moving from 1 to 2, the moon is also rotating about its own axis, and hence this purple arrow, let us call it A, let us call it B. This purple arrow, see, it is almost at the same position. From the earth you will always see this purple arrow only. So there are two rotations. One is moon is rotating about the earth, let us say this is earth, this is moon, and moon is also rotating about its own axis. And since the time is same, hence always you will see the same face of the moon from the earth. I hope I have made it clear. So moving on to the next, the moon does not have conditions favorable for the life. It has mountains, it has plains and depressions, but it does not have the lifelike conditions. Okay, friends. So next part of the solar system are asteroids. What are asteroids? These are tiny bodies which move around the sun. See, sun is basically a part of universe, friends. There are so many objects present at the same time in the universe. Asteroids are just a tiny bodies. These are rotating around the earth, around the sun. Okay, they are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, that we have already seen in the earlier picture, that there is a large belt of asteroids between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, so scientists are of the view that these were parts of the planet which exploded many years back. Next are meteoroids. What are meteoroids, friends? These are the small pieces of rocks which move around the sun. Okay, so these are also basically kind of objects which are, you can say, like rocks. They move around the sun. Okay, sometimes they come near the earth and they tend to drop upon it. Due to this process, the friction between the earth, there is a friction that occurs when they come near the earth, and they get heated up and they get burned. It causes a flash of light, and sometimes a meteor, without being completely burnt, falls on the earth and creates a hollow. Okay, Now friends, we will come to the another concept, what that is galaxy. So what are galaxy basically? If you in a clear night sky, if you have all ever observed that a white band of like a white band is there of glowing path across the sky, okay, and it will look like a cluster of millions of stars. So this band is the Milky Way galaxy. Our solar system is a part of this galaxy. It is also called Akash Ganga. Okay. So what is galaxy, friends? Galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. So basically galaxy contains stars, dust and gases. Okay. There are millions of such galaxies that makes the universe. It is difficult to imagine how big the universe is, and scientists are still trying to find about it. So friends, just see this picture. The bigger part is universe. Okay, in the universe there are so many galaxies. Okay, and one galaxy of which Earth is part is Milky Way. This is our galaxy, Milky Way. Okay, out of so many galaxies, and in the Milky Way galaxy there is a solar system. Solar system has 8 planets. Okay, and there is a belt of asteroids between Mars and Jupiter, and this solar system has Earth, and in Earth this is you who is watching this video. Okay friend, so this was all about this chapter. Now we will quickly take up these questions, friends. How does a planet differ from a star? So we have studied this planet and star. These are basically two types of celestial bodies. Star have their own heat and light like sun, and planets take the heat and light from the star like Earth. Okay sir. Okay friends. Second question, what is meant by the solar system? So solar system is basically consists of sun, planets, asteroids. Okay, and this is a big system, and so complete definition you can see here. What is basically, see, these kind of questions are just for the purpose of reviewing. Solar system has sun, 8 planets, satellites, some other celestial bodies known as asteroid and meteoroids. So you cannot say much more than this in this definition. Okay, so what is another question? Name all the planets according to their distance from the sun. So that trick we have learned earlier. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. Okay, you can write down the planets according to their distance from the sun by this formula. Why is the Earth called a unique planet? Okay, just think, why is the Earth unique planet? Because we have read earlier, it has a quality of life. In the Earth you will find air, water, and these all are the characteristics of life. So Earth is the unique planet because it has a life. No other planet contains life. Why do we see only one side of the moon always? So we have already discussed in detail, friends. Because moon rotates around the sun, moon rotates around the Earth and as well as around its own axis. It is called synchronous rotation. It is slightly higher concept, friends. If you are not able to understand, don't be confused. It is basically combination of two types of rotations. Okay, around its own axis there are two rotations. Rotation around the sun, around the Earth. Okay, second is rotation on self axis. So because of this, always the moon, same side of the moon is visible to Earth. And third important point was timing is same basically. By the time the moon completes one rotation around the Earth, in the same time it completes one rotation around its own axis. Okay friends, now what is universe? We have already seen universe is a big it is a very big you can say it is a very big space which contains millions of galaxies and millions of galaxies and millions of objects like asteroids, meteoroids. Okay, now the planet known as the Earth's twin, we have already learned what is the right answer. Venus. Venus is the Earth's twin because it is looking same in the size and shape like the sun. sorry, like the Earth. What is the third nearest planet to the Sun? Friends, it is Earth. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. So third planet is Earth. All the planets move around the Sun in a circular path, rectangular path, or elongated path. What is the correct answer? Elongated path. See, it is like always like this. The pole star indicates the direction to the, what is pole star? It was the north star. It is always fixed in its position. Okay. Now question is E part. Asteroids are found between the orbits of, see we have learned earlier MJ, just remember MJ, okay, Mars and Jupiter. इनके बीच में एस्ट्रॉइड्स की बेल्ट पाई जाती है. ओके फ्रेंड्स, सो दीज वर द सम क्वेश्चंस एंड फॉर योर रिवीजन. सो I hope you liked this video. We will cover all the chapters and I will explain you word by word. If you have any doubt, friends, you can just call me, you can WhatsApp me your query and I will always be happy to help you. Okay friends, thank you.